Hey, this is Oba Babatunde from SWAT. What's taking you so long to get to us?
Hey guys, it's Lauren from Rave It Up here. I am so sorry that I haven't posted a video or posted anything on social media for a while. In March, I got married, so we had our wedding and our honeymoon, and now we're actually planning to move to another state in Australia. So it's been a very busy, but I wanted to make sure that I came on and did at least one interview just to give you guys your little bit of fix. Now, you would have noticed below as well, I've actually changed my name legally to my husband's name, Alonzo. So my new name is Lauren Alonzo, but for Rave It Up, I'm going to continuously go by Lauren Yates. It's what you guys know me as, okay? So I'm going to keep it nice and easy. You will just see Alonzo below as well. So don't get too confused. In terms of Instagram, if you want to follow me personally, my personal page is Lauren M. Alonzo, okay? So go follow me. It will say Nee Yates as well on there. So even if you type in Lauren Yates, I will still come up. Now, today's interview is going to be an amazing one. This guy, his name is Tommy Burke. He worked in TV and film production for over 25 years as a first assistant director. And now he's an author, bringing out his autobiography. Go buy your copy now if you haven't already. But not only does he go through his amazing career, and we're going to hear about a lot of it today, from working on Desperate Housewives, CSI Miami, to Chicago PD. So many amazing projects. But also we talk about his health. So right now he does have Parkinson's disease. But before that, he also battled with Hodgkin's lymphoma. And he's been in remission for 15 years now, but he did go through a lot of surgeries and also a lot of chemo. And we're going to hear about how he got through all of this mentally. I think everyone can learn something from him today about never giving up and just taking life head on. So let's get into it now. Tommy, welcome to Rave It Up. It is a pleasure to finally have you on our show. How are you going today?
I'm doing great, Lauren, and you?
I am amazing, especially now that you're on the show. I can't wait to talk about your amazing life and your journey. I firstly want to say congratulations on your new autobiography. For everybody listening, Not Just Sunglasses and Autographs, 30 years of film and television production with life and near-death lessons. Make sure to get your copy today. How cool is it to now add author to your resume, right? How's that feel?
I have a feeling that, Lauren, you are the Tommy Burke of Australia, and I'm the Lauren of America. We both work hard. You taught dancing lessons when you're 14.
Yes, yes. And I actually own my own studio now as well.
I can't dance, but I tell you, I jump around too. When I got Parkinson's, I took dance classes I just took lessons myself because I gotta keep your feet supple and moving. So it's great.
Yeah,
Parkinson's is great for dancing.
absolutely. It's good for the body and the mind as well, because you always got to think about the next move to do. So it's even good for dementia and everything as well.
I do boxing now.
Boxing. Oh, gee. Okay, don't mess with Tommy. I would love to talk about some of the stages in your life now, because you've got your autobiography out. People can obviously go grab their own copy, but in terms of like delving deeper into what you've achieved, you're obviously best known for working on award-winning TV shows and movies, but you've also had some interesting previous jobs like bar bouncer and golf factory assemblyman. I'm going to keep going, guys. Swan boat driver. You've worked in 13 bars and restaurants, and also worked in a chicken packing plant. So apart from TV and movies, because there was some interesting jobs in there, what has been your favorite job out of those?
Swan boats.
Really interesting. I never would thought you'd say that.
Do you know the swan boats in Boston?
I haven't gone to Boston to actually be on a swan boat, but
Well, they open up every summer in a pond down Boston, and you pedal 6 rows of people. The boat
wow.
can be up to 3 tons, and you pedal them around about a pond. And the best part is, especially coming from the film business, the the people turn around and go, "Are you pedaling this all by yourself?" They're so appreciative of you. when the film business, you don't get as much appreciation.
So you liked the appreciation of it. That must have been very good
Who
exercise.
doesn't?
Yeah, of course. Everybody wants to be recognized for their very hard work. I thought working in some of those cool bars and restaurants, because even you were even like management of Night Stage. Was that a major blues and jazz club? For those who don't know, I thought that would have been a really cool experience.
It was nice, but you get deal with a lot of people. Swan boats, everyone was happy to see you.
Mm. And having a good time. They're in a relaxed state. That sort of
And I'll say this: the swan boats, you go across the park, right there across the street was Cheers Bar.
Ah, there you go. So a lot of these jobs you had while even working in TV and movies. There you go, guys. A little bit of a backstory there to pay your bills. How much? Just because we're very much a show about people chasing their dreams and hearing your story, a lot of people would love to do what you're doing. How much did you struggle in the beginning, especially when you're like making a name for yourself and trying to get those jobs? How much did you struggle for paying the bills?
I did. When you read the book, you'll see the book and say, if this guy could get through it, then I can too. I mean, I went to a school that didn't do anything about film. It's all about advertising and promotion. So I missed a job by a day. Came back down, worked as a PA on a shoot. Got fired that one day because I didn't know what I was doing
Oh no.
because I didn't have a technical background. Uh, Became a grip, learned how to be a PA. Moved to LA, got a job, got fired from the job, got my car stolen.
Why did you get your car stolen?
It's
Just
Los
in LA?
Angeles. Yeah. Have you
Yeah.
been to LA?
I have been, but I was like probably 10 years old at the time, so it was like 20 years ago. It was a long time ago now, but I do want to come back.
I'll leave the door open for you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I know someone else there now. So you did start off out in television as a production assistant, as you mentioned earlier. Can you tell us like how you got this job originally? You know, because maybe others listening today want to do the same. And then tell us about your first day there. Was it a dream come true? Was it the job that you always wanted to like go for?
Well, I'm an open book. I'll tell. The first job I would all the other Emerson and BU, our local schools, they were film technical. Boston College, where I went for free, but I had nothing to do with film, so I fell into film. All these other I is back when you mailed resumes. I mailed 9 resumes. Only one person, Bill Weems, answered my resume. He ended up being on the 9/11 flight a few years later. And I stood around like a big goof because I didn't know what I was doing. So I got fired. The director said, I never want this guy on the set ever again. So they had another job coming, and I had been a grip for a while, and they needed a big guy to lug stuff up a hill. So they said, well, about this guy? Well, the director doesn't like him. Well, it's a different director. So I was there.
So do you find that just that first gig also got your foot in the door as well? Because that's really the hardest part with Hollywood, isn't it?
Well, I'm stubborn. I should have given up a long time ago.
No,
I
no,
have,
no. Never give up. That's something I love about you. You don't give up.
oh, that's the funny. I went through, I'm the stories of the thing. I got lost in the desert on a shoot. I'm trying to think of all this stuff. When I was in Burlington, Vermont, where I went to the job after college? I lived in a house that didn't have any heat on it, so
Oh.
you saw your breath in the living room, and the dog's water dish was a frozen thin ice in the kitchen.
So in terms of like getting into the TV and film industry, was it always what you wanted to do as a kid? Because when I was kind of doing my research on you, I was like, this could have gone down a whole different path. Because weren't you like a showroom host at the Santa Monica Improv in the 90s, and you did like also 6 minutes open mic at the comedy store, and you're also a DJ. So there's a few different things you could have gone down the comedy route or DJing. Like, what did you want to do as a kid?
I feel this world is an open book.
Mm.
You should try as much stuff as you can. I mean, 6 minutes of the comedy, I said, okay, did that, check. Instead of my improv was just a job. I mean, I've always found Jobs are like chapters in life. You learn so much from them.
Mm,
I went to film business because it's a different job all the time. I never had a set pattern. I wanted to see the world, and I a lot of times if you showed me what I went through, and you haven't got to the big stuff yet, I could have, if I saw a whole movie of my whole life, I might have quit while I was ahead. But you get to meet people. I always say go work in a restaurant because you know how to handle people. You got to move them around.
mm.
When I go to state and doing a film, I need PA. I'll go to a restaurant when I'm working 14 hours a day. I'll get a great late night supper, and I'll see a waiter who's moving around. I'll say 3 or 4 weeks later, I'll say, do you want to be PA? Because a PA is like a waiter. You got to take people's garbage, prioritize. People are going to yell at you. Just go, okay, sure. The
Mm,
actor's going to yell at you. Got to order raw for breakfast. Shake your head, even though you're right.
mm. But you've enjoyed all these jobs too, didn't you? Did you enjoy the improv, the comedy?
The improv is good. I worked with a lot of actors. The cinema improv is kind of like the tourist part of it. The main improv was in Hollywood, but it was great. I met a lot of a lot of comics. I still keep in touch with one or two of them today.
Oh, that's good.
Great. They're great.
Well, as you said, life, there's just so many things to do. I do love that about you, that you've kind of wanted to just put your finger in all the pies. You're like, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this. I think it's something we can all learn from you. We should all do it.
You just got to watch which pie is piping hot before you stick your finger in.
Yes.
I just came up with that analogy. It's yours.
Oh, thank you. I'll take it. Thank you. So since then, you've gone on to work on some amazing projects as first assistant director. So things like CSI Miami, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Desperate Housewives, and for the last 5 years on Chicago PD. Which has been your favorite project and why?
Uh, Ironically, Chicago PD. I'm going back this Thursday to a book signing.
Oh, cool.
Uh, the Midwest people have got a sense about them. They're not like LA people trying to stab you in the back or New York uptight. They're there. I mean, when I was in Boston, I used to say that when I was getting the film business, I said, "Don't you want to go to LA?" People in Boston just want to work in film and stay in Boston. Same thing with Chicago. They're really down home, great people.
Mm. Oh, that's nice. And is it true you also did visual effects on the Addams Family? I just saw on your IMDb page.
Yeah, that's another word for non-union. Get me for cheap price personnel. It should have been AD, but statute of limitations is gone for a long time ago.
So
And
they just called it visual effects.
yeah, another way to give you credit without giving me a credit.
Well, at least you got the credit, right? Some people don't even
Yeah,
get
one
that.
one of the scenes, I'm Thig's hand.
Mm.
They made up my hand. I'm in a shot where I'm Thig's hand.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So that's what they call visual effects.
or cheap body double.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Just use someone that's already on the set.
Exactly.
So after you moved to LA in 1990, you worked as first assistant director on an independent film with Johnny Depp. Come on, that's a big name. We all want to know, how was it working with him? Did you get actually kind of one-on-one time with him, or was it all just separated?
Let's back it up a little bit. You see mermaids? You remember mermaids?
Yes.
You know what Winona
I
Ryder
never
was?
watched it, but I saw it on your IMDb page.
You know what Winona Ryder is?
Sorry?
Do you know who Winona Ryder is?
Oh, yeah, who doesn't?
She was dating Johnny Depp. So
At the
Johnny Depp
time.
was on the set. Yes. So he said, my nickname was Burke back then. Burke, you want to AD this? I figured he meant it, but when's he going to get around to it? I got a phone call, a movie called Every Cake Neil. And at the end of the film, he said to me, short film goes, Burke, you ever need a favor, let me know. That was 30 years ago. I haven't seen him since.
And that's how you got the Johnny Depp gig.
Yeah,
Oh, like, it really does show. It's who you know in the industry, isn't it?
exactly.
Yeah. Well, something I also love about you, I mentioned before, is that you never give up. You set your mind to something, you make it happen. You're truly inspiring for everyone watching today. And you've actually never let anything stop you. I must say, you must have like a very strong mental health, because speaking of your health, you've had Hodgkin's lymphoma. Thank you. That was a bit tongue twister. You've been in remission for 15 years. Congratulations. But you've had 12 surgeries. You did chemo even during an 80-hour work week, guys, on the first year of a TV series. And then unfortunately, life threw you another curveball with Parkinson's disease. Can you please tell it? Like, I want to actually flip this around to a more positive question. I promise I'm getting there. Can you tell our audience today, how do you get through all of this mentally, and how can others do the same? Because I'm sure there were some days you just felt like giving up. You're like, oh my God, what's the point? I just keep getting all these health issues.
Well, it's like most things in life. You break it down one thing at a time. I didn't look at 6 rounds of chemo. I looked at one chemo. I remember you start Monday, you work till Wednesday. Thursday, you go in for your blood check, see if you have white blood cells. Then you go, one thing LA has, which I don't think anyone else has, just weird thing to brag about. They have 24-hour chemo here.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
you can take chemo whenever you want. So a lot of times I'd be working a 14-hour day, drag myself to the Cedar Sinai, go get 4 hours of chemo, drag myself home, and then Friday night would hit you. I'd rest up all weekend and then feel like I've been tackled by a bull Monday, Tuesday next week, and then I'm fine Wednesday, Thursday, and then I prep at the same time. But you look at 2 weeks at a time. You didn't look at the whole thing.
Wow, I would have thought that you wouldn't be able to drive yourself home. The fact that you just said that, I was like, what?
Well, here's the thing: it hit you 2 days later.
Oh, okay. And
I had someone come to me one chemo thing, the first one, but you're sitting with someone, you feel like you got to keep talking to them. I'd rather go myself. Also, when I was working, I was getting off work at 10, 12 at night. So
and getting up when? Like, how long were your days?
another 5 hours.
Wow, jeez. So you've gone all day, and then you go to chemo in the evening.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, you must have been exhausted.
I also took a biopsy, and someone forgot to pick me up or
Oh,
didn't, and I drove home from surgery.
oh my goodness. Well, at least you can always rely on yourself, right?
Yes, Australians and Bostonians are tough people.
And this is why, guys, you should go grab Tommy's book, Not Just Sunglasses and Autographs, because those pages, I think, will encourage you all to keep moving forward, embrace the resilience, step outside your comfort zone, and take life head on, right? I think that's the biggest thing that I've really learned from you, even just doing my research on you. I was like, I feel so motivated.
Also, I talk about how to get in the film business, how the TV series goes from beginning to end.
Yep.
I talk about the glossary. I have glossary in it. I got a lot. All my years of film experience. I want to give to people because I didn't have anyone to lead me through.
Mm,
A lot of people didn't want me to do this business. I was stubborn and stuck it out.
good for you. And now
Thank
you've
you.
written a book to help others. So
Exactly.
meant to be, meant to be. And how long did the book take to write? Was it like a ongoing thing, just every
Yeah,
now
it
and
was.
then
I
you'd write?
had a great editor, Aaron Anderson. We go back and forth. Um, and the great thing about the book is only every chapter is like 3 or 4 pages long, so it's really easy to read.
Mm,
And people say to me, as a comment, I will say that they say to me, it's like reading the book is like talking to me in a bar.
yep.
It's very conversational.
Which is what people want. They don't want it to be stale and boring, and they just like get to the next part.
Exactly. I have a big self-deprecating humor. I tell things I screwed up. I mean, I say, I did that, I screwed that up. I did that, I screwed that up. Like the DJ thing. I was in Vermont, Burke, Vermont, and I wanted to be a DJ at the local college radio station. So I went for training to show me then, and I went. I got the 2 in the morning to 6 in the morning slot. I get in there. These roster guys are just getting out of it. They're just leaving the show. And I look at the radio station and I look at all the buttons. I go, I don't know what I'm doing. I did run out, get the guys in the car. They're probably going to get big breakfast, and they come back and show me how to boil down the simple knobs because it just went all blank in front of me when I looked at the knobs first.
There's so many of them too. Because I worked in radio for like 8 years. It's like so
Really?
many buttons.
Were you a DJ?
Yes, yeah. I had my before it was a podcast and a YouTube channel. This show used to be on radio. And then I just realized no one was listening live anymore. People wanted to listen to the recording at home afterwards. So I was
So
like,
if I
why
go
am
to
I going
Australia,
in?
if I go to Australia and drop your name, I'll get anything I want.
I don't know, depending where. No. It's always funny if I get free tickets to a show and if I take someone, they're like, "Oh, have you got the tickets?" I'm like, "My name is the ticket."
Oh, you do go to Hollywood.
Get me in with the name. That's because the name is at the door. It just sounds cool though, doesn't it? My name
Yeah,
is
yeah,
the
exactly.
ticket. No, I wish that was the case, Tommy. I wish you could come to Australia and be like, Lauren Yates sent me. Now, give me the free stuff. Take me here, take me there. Maybe in the future, who knows? Cross all your fingers and toes for me. So, with over 30 years and it's over 75 credits in TV and film now, I'm sure that
Oh,
number has gone
Jesus.
up now, hasn't it?
No, I retired 5 years ago.
But okay, so about over 75 is around the stat still.
Yeah, because quick thing is, I did cancer. I talked to a neurologist about my Parkinson's. Oh, I dropped the lead.
Yep.
I said, why am I doing this? Why am I putting up with this again? So I left Chicago PD after 5 years.
Ah, there you go. So you're not currently doing it, but you're doing the book signing as you mentioned.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's
I,
cool.
I I bumped my head against the wall enough.
Yes. And I think now it's time for you to finally focus on yourself, right? After that many years just looking after either other people, it's now time for you.
Exactly.
Which I love that even on Instagram, I saw that you're working out like 2 to 3 times a day. Like, congrats.
Well, another reason for Parkinson's, the book's also a mission. Like a lot of people don't know, exercise is the key to Parkinson's.
Yes.
I say you got a diagnosis from the hospital, run home from the hospital. I'm being funny to make a point, but always be exercising.
Mm.
That helps a lot. That helps a lot.
And now you got like a cook now too, cooking all your healthy meals.
Did I tell you that?
No, it was on your new Instagram. You can tell I've done my research, Tommy.
I tell you, Lauren, not many people have done this. A lot, I tell them I surprised like I was in the film. Oh, you were? A lot of interviewers don't. I know. That's why I try to find something about you. I want to be able to relate.
Oh, thank you. Well, that was something that I always noticed about other interviewers, and that's when I started my show 14 years ago that I was like, I want to be different somehow. And to me, I'm just like, if you haven't done your research, it's just a waste of your guest's time. It's questions that you've already been asked a million times before. And why ask a question that I could find out on Google or Instagram?
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I always like to put the effort in because you're putting the effort in to come on my show. So I
Thank
appreciate
you so
that.
much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So over those, as I said, the 75 credits now, so much experience in that industry, as well as the health issues as well, your own personal life issues. What would you say is your top life lesson that you've learnt that you could share with our audience today?
Don't give up, but don't afraid to screw up. I mean, I did everything wrong. And I say that with pride a little bit. You try things, you bump your head, you get down. I mean, I had my car stolen twice.
Twice.
I got a gun.
I only
Yeah,
heard the once before.
Oh, wait till you read the chapter about I got a gun pointed at me.
Oh, I was just about to ask you that actually, because I was like, whoa, 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 gun pointed by robbers and then gun pointed at you by cops. Was that two different situations?
You're good. You're the best interview I've had so far.
Thank you. Well, that was my next question after this question because I was like, were they on the same day or?
No, they weren't.
Okay, I was like, geez, what did you do?
No, there was the cop thing was I was at a bar and it was after Rodney King, and so the cops were a little. I just come back. I just moved from Boston. The cops were a little touchy, so I reached for my license registration in the glove compartment like you do in Boston. Both guns were pointing at me at my head, and they told me why. They said, and they didn't arrest me even though I've been drinking a little bit because they didn't want the hassle.
Ugh, that's annoying.
Well, Rodney Dangerfield, they got a black eye on that. So, and the robbers, I was walking out to my car. I got my car. I took the club off. I don't even remember what the club was. Do you remember that?
No,
A
no.
metal bar goes across the steering wheel.
Oh yes, yeah. I think my
I
dad
knew
still has those. He just doesn't use them anymore. And the one on the over the brake or the
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
You got a good memory.
I do remember.
And I took it off, and officer car did a U-turn, stopped, and my old bouncer experience was security experience. I took my shoulder, my elbow, locked the door. Guy put a gun on my window. I said, "Give me your wallet." I stupidly laid down the horn. I don't want to ever just give him the wallet. I wasn't put two and two together. I just laid down the horn. He took the gun, smacked it against my windshield. It took off.
And it broke.
I have fun stories though. I have fun stories too. I don't want people too scared to read the book.
I think these stories is what's going to make people want to read the book. What happened
And
next?
your interview too.
Oh, thank you very much. I hope so. Make sure you share it.
Of course they will.
Did the window break as well?
No, it didn't.
Oh, okay. I
And
thought sorry.
they went. My neighbor found it, watched the whole thing. I was looking at the gun, so I didn't see the face, but the woman saw it, and they tracked down some guys on the 10 freeway. Anyone who was from LA listening to this will understand the 10 freeway. And then we found they pulled them over, and I couldn't recognize it, but my neighbor who could didn't want to get involved.
Yeah. And of course, like a gun to your face, really, you got to be looking at the gun. Not that I've ever experienced that, and touch wood, I never do. You're looking at the gun because your life's on the line, right?
But you're dealing with snakes and spiders.
Yeah. I hate snakes. Don't bring a snake near me. I'm terrified. I've actually never seen one in the wild, so touch wood, that's good. Only seen them at the zoo. But yeah, and what's funny is I live in an area where they're in people's backyards, so that I don't know how I haven't seen one yet. I've been lucky. And spiders, I haven't seen any dangerous ones yet, so touch wood.
Thank God.
You make sure you stay away from them. Stay away.
God, yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's I definitely heard a different story because when I heard when you had written about the whole robbers, even on your website, I was just like, I thought I in my head I was visualizing someone like robbing a convenience store or a bank or something, and then hold the gun up to you. So, but up to your car, that's scary. That's very scary.
Well, so my car got stolen a second time. They got it back, and I got a little accident, and I was washing my car. I found a 22 caliber gun underneath my seat. So I went to the police station, and I said, I want to turn this in. And I left it in the car, and they patted me down because they didn't know if I was trying to booby trap them. But they found the gun, they took it in. I wanted to keep the gun just to sell it back to hawk it to get money for it, but they never gave it back to me.
Oh, well, that's all right. You actually did the right thing, right? It's not your gun. Who knows if it's been in any other bad situations. I also had a look too. You have a podcast with the same name as your book.
I did. I saw it. I did it, and I said, "This is not going to be." It was a while back. I was still at Chicago PD. I said, my podcast is never good as Lauren's from Australia." So I gave it up.
Oh, you've been a fan of mine for a while, have you?
Exactly. I have 14 episodes. Exactly. 14 episodes. I talked to a lot of, and I let people speak, and a lot of people in the film business. Was cool. It's still out there. You can still listen to it.
Yeah. It's up there. That's why I was thinking, oh, maybe he's got plans to do more of that in the future, but
well, my plan is to keep healthy. My plan is to keep healthy and spread the word. I know I sound like a apostle, but I tell people don't give up. Screw up, but don't give up.
I love that. I'm gonna write that down. I love quotes.
I just came up with that.
Yeah. I think you should have that just plastered everywhere, okay?
Or
never
tattooed.
give up, but screw up. Screw up and never give up. And it's got a ring to it. I'm gonna write that one down. So in terms of the future, do you plan to do another book as well, or?
Well, the funny part is the promotion. The promotion is the toughest part. Getting out there. I mean, I've got 70 positive, 5. I have 4.9 ratings with 70 reviews on Amazon. I'm told that's very good. I had no idea.
That is very
So if I
good.
get, I I want to get the name word out. I'm doing my first book signing in Chicago. Uh, I want to get the word out. I want to, anyone wants to talk to me about film business, I'll be glad to talk to them. Uh, Anyone has cancer, I always, you know, I tell people about cancer. It's not like if you stub your toe, you're not going to lose your foot. Don't overthink the diagnosis.
Mm.
Go one step at a time. Take it slowly.
And,
That's what I
and
want to
and
do.
do what you can, right? As you said, you can do the exercising several times a day. So that's what you're gonna do.
That's for Parkinson's. I
Yeah,
got two
yeah.
diseases I got to work on.
That's a whole nother book in itself, isn't it? Just about the
Well, I
Parkinson's.
wouldn't mind it. I don't want to be, so many people are, I forgot when everyone was writing an autobiography
Mm.
during COVID. Everyone was writing one too. So everyone's got one. So it's tough getting the word out. But with your great podcast, I hope I get it out a bit more.
I hope so too. And I know how hard it is. Like this book behind me, I released that back in 2020, 2020. Geez, it's gone fast now. But I know how hard it is to like it. Actually, the easy part is writing it, and then pushing it is really hard.
Exactly. You
Mm.
wrote two books.
I did. You have done your research. Look at that. We both stalked each other. Sounds weird, but we both did. It's a funny thing with being an interviewer. It's like you have permission to stalk, to go back and do your research.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure you did that with all your podcast episodes too, with interviewing all those industry
Well,
professionals.
I kind of stacked the decks. I knew everyone there on the podcast. Those were all co-workers of mine.
But I'm sure you still learn a lot about them too. Hey,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah. And if anything, because anytime I've interviewed friends, it's like it brought us closer together.
That's
I don't know if
great.
you had the same. If you had the same situation,
No, I hate everybody.
you hate everybody. Your friendships with them have gone the other way now.
Grouchy Bostonian.
Well, we are unfortunately getting to the end of the interview now, Tommy. But as a closing statement, and was probably the most important question, and it's a legendary one here on Rave It Up. Knowing what you know now, what would you tell your 14-year-old self?
Just know where you want to go. Map it out. Because it was good, bad that I was all over the place. It was good or bad.
Mm.
I you, I hope you read the book,
I hope
and I
everyone
hope
does. Go get your copy, guys.
there you go. Way to tag it. Way to tag it, Lauren.
And be motivated, just and enjoy life. I think one thing I've really learned today from you is not just the don't give up, don't screw up. Sorry, screw up, but don't give up. But the other thing is to try everything. Life is way too short not to try everything and see what you actually like doing. I think these days that's something a lot of say young people have a struggle with, especially when they're getting out of school. They don't know what they want to do. There's so many options now, isn't there?
My a surprising subset of my popularity is all my college friends want to force their kids to read this book because
Yeah.
kids have no direction.
Mm,
And they said, read this book. You see a guy who really toughed it out, or we made it happen. It was not particularly smart and made it happen.
yeah.
Because a lot of kids are a little directionless. I don't know if that's in Australia, but in America, that's pretty directionless.
I think it's universal. It's global because I get it. There's way too many options out there, but also kids when they're young aren't going out and trying new things. Now we're addicted to our phones, video games, things like that. But go out and try a different thing. That's something I did when I was young, so I could actually figure out what I wanted to do and what I was passionate about. Because if you're passionate about something, you don't have to work a day in your life, right?
Do you still dance?
I do still dance, yes. So the Rave It Up has kind of, I used to do an interview every single week, and it's not as much anymore because I think this is my first one in like 3 or 4 months because I got married, went on a honeymoon, all of
I
that.
was I was going to bring that up. I was not going to bring that up, but I do.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You got a different name. You got a different name now. So
And I've got a different name now, but I will still go by Lauren Yates for Rave It Up, because that's what everyone knows me by. Um, but on top of that, because I own a Latin dance school, doing Latin dancing,
Wow.
salsa, bachata, merengue, that sort of thing, swing. We have expanded so much. I'm about to start a new location as well that it has taken up a lot of my time. But with me now moving to another state, I'll be kind of backing away a little bit and have other people run it. It's great. Hiring employees so they can do it for me.
You're the Ty and Burke of Australia.
I am honored to be called that. Honored. Honored. Thank you. And you can be the Lauren of America.
I love that. I'm gonna walk into a bar and say I'm the Lauren of America.
And people will be like, "What are you talking about?"
They always say that. So no matter what I say, they'll say that.
Well, us Aussies will be proud for you to call us that. Call me that. And before we go today, if our audience want to contact you, find out what you're up to, even go buy the book, where should they go?
Very simple. You ready?
Yes.
tyburke.com.
Yes. Everything's on there. I'll put the link down below for everybody.
A lot of pictures too. A lot of pictures. And look at your audience. If you can find out half the things that Lauren did, I mean, you'll find out a lot. She's one of the best interviewers I've ever had.
Oh, thank you so much. That really touches my heart, especially since I haven't done this for 3 or 4 months. So thank you very much. And I really appreciate you coming on the show and sharing your journey with us. And I hope everyone does go check out the book because it can change so many lives. And I'm not just saying that because I'm promoting you right now.
Well, that's what I want. I don't want to make $1 million. I just want to help some people out.
Yeah. Well, and I can definitely see that authenticity, and I think everyone else will too, that you're just trying to help others through your story. And it's another reason, everything happens for a reason. Maybe you were meant to go through all of this to help others as well.
Yes. Also, I mean, I love the podcast. I want to take over Australia.
Yes. Keep spreading the word, keep coming on our show, and you can be like our motivational speaker.
Well, thank you so much, Lauren.
You're welcome. Let's keep in touch, all right? You're welcome on the show anytime. And if you're ever in Australia, please let me know.
Thank you so much. I'll do some dance lessons.
Yes, come over. I can teach anyone to dance, okay? Anybody that comes in and says I have 2 left feet, I can teach you to dance.
You're calling my bluff.
No, please come over. I'll let you know if I ever come over there as well.
Oh, by all means, Los Angeles is there for you.
Well, thank you so much, and please keep in touch, as I said, all right?
I will.
Thank you, and good luck with the whole success of the book, all right? Have fun at that book signing.
Thank you. That's Lauren, folks. Give a big hand for Lauren.
Hey! And a big hand for Tommy. Woo! Thank you so much, Tommy. Have a great day.
You too. Talk to you later.
Bye. Well, I hope you all enjoyed today's interview. If you'd like to live a life that you can rave about, just like Tommy, make sure to go visit our website, raveituptv.com. All of our books and courses are up there for you to enjoy. And also make sure to tell your friends. But for now, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Bye.